generalized information and specific links to all of these things. This is what we're going to be talking about next time, the social networking sites, specifically Facebook and LinkedIn, and probably a little bit of Twitter. And our goal would be to get everybody connected to the extent that they wish to be connected. Now, this is not something that anybody is going to be required or forced to do. If you just don't want to be on Facebook or LinkedIn or follow anybody on Twitter, that's fine. We understand not everybody is going to want to do that. However, we would encourage you to find somebody in your class who is active in the social media and the social networking, who could head up a committee for your class to assist those members in your class who are interested in participating in the social networking aspects of being connected to the law school. So if you don't want to be involved in Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter, that's fine, but please find somebody in your class who is, so that they can be available to participate in the training that we will be doing on our next session that will show them how to use those tools to keep connected to the law school. And if you haven't been connected yet on Facebook, but you would like to be, remember that this link is right here. You can come over here and click on that. We'll make one available soon for LinkedIn as well. And you can find that your class is here. And so you can select any class that you belong to that you'd like to join. And you can then come over here and pick your specific class. Once again, mine is 1996. And you'll see that here's the page on Facebook for the law school. Each law school class has a naming convention. Starts with the year group and then BYU Law, and information that is posted by the various people will be able to be seen and posted here so you can participate. We have some photos here, obviously, from our reunion, which we just had our reunion at the last conference session, so we have some pictures and some different things and some messages and things posted there. So you'll be able to take a look at that from your perspective for your law group class, and I would encourage you all, if you're on Facebook, to go ahead and join up with your group, and also to get joined up with the law school, because the law school homepage is there as well. So hopefully that will help everybody with that information and help you be connected with the social media as well. All right. Roberta, was there anything else that we wanted to cover this morning?
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Mark, could you just show them how they can go under quick links and look at the other directory? Like if they wanted an area of practice, they would have to use that directory.
Oh, okay, great. That's a good idea. So you can actually come over here under the quick links, which Roberta just mentioned. You can take a look under the quick links, excuse me, and you can find that there is also the other access to the other directory, which I mentioned earlier but did not get to. So let's take a look at that just for a quick moment. Now this does require a separate login, and it's important to know that the information for logging in here is shown right here in this little text box. And your member name is just your name with a space in between first and last, and then the initial password is the last 4 digits of your social security number. I would encourage you, once you get logged in, to go ahead and change that. Hopefully mine is still working. Maybe not. I always forget what was uppercase or lowercase.
There is a general password that you can use also. The member name is BYU Law, and the password is Alumni.
That's good information. So BYU Law and then Alumni for the password will get you into the directory. Luckily, I remembered which combination was mine, so we're able to get in here and see. Now, you'll find that this allows you, which is I've found to be a very useful tool in the area of practice, to specify the area of practice if you're looking for somebody. So if you, for example, have a case or a project in another state and you'd like to find somebody from the BYU Law School to work with or to associate with on a specific project or matter that you may be working on, you could come into here and select the city and the state that might be appropriate for the job that you're doing. So I was just recently looking for an immigration attorney to assist one of my clients in Utah. This will be for adoption. I was able to find somebody. And once you've done your search, you'll see it'll bring up a list of everybody who meets the criteria, and then you can decide if there's somebody there you recognize, perhaps from your law school class. you can say, oh yes, I remember them. They are very helpful. So let's go ahead and do that. It'll bring up the information on the person that you've selected. So this allows you another option, another tool, if you will, to find and get connected to J. Reuben Clark Law School alumni. So hopefully that information will also be useful to you in your opportunities to help people out. Let's see if there's anything else. I think I've covered everything on my list. Roberta, is there anything else you think that we should cover?
Just calendars.
The only other thing is, did you show them how to look at all the calendars within the quick link?
All the other groups?
Yeah, like if they wanted Cougar Club or Management Society. So if they go to
Leader Resources?
Leader Resources and then go to Events and Calendars. And then after we do this, maybe we could open the mics up, and if people have questions and want to ask some questions, they'd be welcome to. So click on Events and Calendar. And these are all hot links.
Right, these are all the constituent links for the different groups that are associated with BYU, but not necessarily the law school. For example, the Management Society here in Arizona is very active, and they have a lot of activities and a lot of events, and some of them are cross-promoted with the law school as well, and I'll oftentimes see members of the alumni group from the law school as well as Management Society people at various functions that work together. So you can actually find chapters of the alumni and look at their calendar here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Also, obviously, the Cougar Club and the other groups that are represented here, the Alumni Association for the greater BYU Alumni Association without regard to the specifics of the school. That information will also be helpful, I think, for most of you over time.
Okay.
All right, we do have a few minutes left before we terminate the session. If there are any questions, perhaps we could take those at this time.
We're going to open all the mics up, so if you have background noise, kind of put it to a minimum because there are a lot of mics being opened up.
I'm on the 22nd floor legal department. You can just bring it there, and my secretary will give it to me. All right? Okay, sounds good. Okay, thanks, Mike.
Okay, does anyone have any questions?
Roberta, this is Craig Lindell from the class of 81. Would it be possible to create a group of the class presidents so that we could email the whole group that we have on the line here today with various messages or other things?
That's a great idea, and yes, we can do that. And it will be up at the top right-hand corner when you click on My Group. You click there, that's where your year is. I will make a group that says 2012 Class President, and you can email and talk to each other there. And only you Class President will see it, but that's a great idea.
So is that just taken out of the check? Well, but for the right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can hear everybody, so if you're in a confidential client meeting, you might want to.
Why don't you? We're gonna go ahead and mute all. Down in the question, if you have a question, just type in your name and we'll open up your mic. That way, it'll be easier. So if you have a question, just down on the right-hand bottom, just type your name in and we'll open your mic up.
Can we be open?
Oh, you're open.
We're open. Just an FYI, as far as giving, we're going to have a class president's giving challenge. So if you want today to practice on the Make a Gift, you'll be all set going toward 100% participation for class president. So that's kind of a fun challenge.
Here's a question.
And just open his mic up. Which was it, Chad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Chad, you had a question?
Yeah, so how do I figure out when the date of my next class reunion?
Your class reunions are every 5 years.
What's your class, Chad?
98.
Okay, so you'll be 2013. And the date will be most likely October 3rd,
Great, thanks.
the Thursday before October General Conference.
Okay.
I don't know which one.
Omar's
No,
down.
he's got two.
Oh.
I'll just open up. Oh no, that's the good one.
Okay, Omar, what was your question?
He's go. I don't know if he's.
Okay, his question is, where are the LinkedIn group and subgroups? That's what we're going to talk about at the next training. Mark will be talking all about that. Just very quickly, Mark, can you show them the icon, the LinkedIn icon there, and how to get there?
Down here, is this the one you'd like to look at?
Go down to the
This is
LinkedIn.
the LinkedIn icon.
Yeah, just click on it.
Yeah, I did. It's a little slow there. So this is the LinkedIn for the official BYU Law School Alumni Association. And you can see all of the tools that are available here as a person once I log in, which I'll do right now.
Looks like Kevin's got his hand up, so we'll let him talk in a second.
So here you can see the members for the LinkedIn. That's how you can. Now we will have separate groups for each class, although that's not completed yet.
Right, but I believe you will be able to get to those group classes from this page. Is that right, Mark?
Yes, we'll have that set up, as well as we'll have a similar setup as we have with Facebook, where they can get there directly from the law school alumni homepage.
Right.
So right here we have this link to go to Facebook. Imagine a similar link right below this to find your year group on LinkedIn. And then you'll be able to click there and go to your specific LinkedIn group for your year group.
Okay, very good. Okay, Kevin, you had a question.
Mic's open.
Kevin, your mic's open if you have a question.
We wrote it down. Let's go take a peek. It says, can you get access to who is giving our class for the 30-year gift in hopes of encouraging more involvement?
Read aloud.
So Kevin wanted to know how, as a class president, you can get access to how your class's giving is, especially if you're doing a 30-year class gift, so that you can encourage class members. I'm going to let Mary answer that question.
If the question is whether you can see specifically who has given or who has not, yes, we have the ability to give you a list of who has given, and that way you can customize your targeting to the people who have not yet given. And if there are pledges that have been made, we would have information on how they're doing on their pledges.
So you would just request that to you?
To
directly?
Kelly Reeves.
Kelly Reeves,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
But the amount is not disclosed, is that right? So it's whether they've given or not?
Typically with a 30-year class gift, you have a giving committee that is working on making the asks, and I do believe that that committee can receive the information specifically how people are doing on the pledges that they have made, whether they've come in and been completed or if they're on target over the 5 years of the gift pledge.
Okay, that's great information. I think we're closing in on our 30-minute time period here, and we want to try and make sure we respect everybody's time, so I don't think we'll take any more questions. Is there any wrap-up, Mary, Roberta, from your end?
All right. Well,
Jamie?
thank you all, and it's good that you hung in there with us. This is our first webinar. Be sure to let me know how you liked this, if it worked out well. This will be posted. I will send you out a link that shows where it is. And hopefully by the end of today we'll have that up. But thank you all, and thank you so much, Mark.